So yeah, there's this thing called the Laffer curve. The idea is that 100% taxes, the government gets no money, and at 0% taxes, the government gets no money. So at 100%, if you were to lower the taxes from 100 to 70, it would create a massive amount of economic growth, and the government would get a bunch of money. It would get a lot more at it. And if you lower it even further, the government will get more money because the economy will be better. But that's the part that Republicans focus on to say this is why the Laffer curve is awesome. The problem is that there's a certain point at which that is not true. If the Laffer curve actually does hold, there's a certain point at which cutting taxes does not increase the amount of government revenue there is. It decreases it. Because you see, the Laffer curve is a curve, which means it goes up and then it goes down. So you want it to stay at the top point, the peak at which the government's able to get the maximum amount of revenue for the taxes that it has. So yeah, a lot of people don't understand the Laffer curve. They think that the Laffer curve is only for trickle-down economics, and that the Laffer curve can only be in support of Republican policies, mainly because the guy who created it is like far-right, super conservative. And they think that both people on the left and the right think that the Laffer argument, the Laffer curve is arguing that you should always lower taxes. That's not true, and I think progressives need to stop just dismissing the Laffer curve because of its right-wing association. And they should actually start using it. I think both sides can use the Laffer curve, because the thing is, I believe that if the Laffer curve is true, which I think it is true, then taxes need to be increased. Because if we were to go on the graph, like, okay, here's where it's at like 100% taxes, and here's where like maximum revenue, and here's like lowering taxes further. We're like in super low tax area. Taxes are way too low. So if you were to raise them, you'd get further to the peak of the Laffer curve. In other words, in order to maximize government revenue, you'd have to raise taxes a whole bunch, probably on the rich. So I don't see why the progressives, people who think that taxes should be raised, should actually be using the Laffer curve, because it seems like everyone has forgotten half of the Laffer curve. Like there's a whole curve and people only focus on half of it, the half that says lower taxes. But there is a huge important half of the Laffer curve which says that if you're in this scenario, you need to raise taxes. So I don't know why. The fact that I'm the only one who seems to be saying this makes me think that I'm wrong somewhere. But I don't know, I'm starting to think that people just are too quick to judge it and haven't tried to understand it enough or something, because it seems like we need to raise taxes if the Laffer curve is the case. I don't know.